hang on here. Let me see where we are. Right over here. And we're going to go to live chat, and I'm going to shut that. Okay. Hello, Al. How are you? I know we just, I think the notification just went out for this. We're going to talk about day 3 of the Monica Sementilli trial. We're going to talk about the horrific plane crash that collided with a Black Hawk helicopter over the Potomac. There was military, of course, on the Black Hawk, and there was figure skaters, coaches on the plane, and unfortunately there are no survivors. So I just want to know, am I coming through loud? I should be coming through fine. Yes, I should be coming through fine because I am not on this other thing. So it should be fine, right? Hello there, Margot. Hello, Linda. Okay, and let's have some prayers for a heart made wise. She has to go through a procedure tomorrow. So keep her in your thoughts for her procedure. That would be great. Hello, Dina Elizabeth. How are you? So yeah, unfortunately no survivors on that crash at all. That was really horrible, really horrible. In fact, they're having a hard recovery effort because of, what happened. So let me see what else. And then I'm going to talk about the Monica Sementilli trial. Now today, they had investigators, they had the crime scene person. So we saw a lot of the house on the inside from the crime scene investigator. And we went over certain photos, of the sink and that vinegar bottle. And when I first heard them speak of a vinegar bottle, I don't know, I just pictured like a ceramic vinegar bottle that you would put on your table, but it was an actual plastic vinegar jug that I guess maybe they had used for cleaning, but they didn't clean too well because there were bloody footprints, there were blood stains, and that vinegar bottle had the mixed blood of Fabio and the lover Baker. So we got to see photos of that. We got to hear yesterday and today from first responders that were on the scene, and not many of them remembered Monica. They didn't remember her because she didn't stand out in any way. They remembered the daughters, being unconsolable, crying, or they remember that, but they really don't remember Monica. So they had her housekeeper on. She needed a Spanish interpreter, and that's hard to listen to. It's just because it's repetitious, and I think a lot of us understand enough Spanish to know that sí is yes, and yo no sé, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's just like the constant translation of every single thing, and it's just so long. And well, she said that she never saw them fight, and basically she was on there to say that she did not leave the kitchen like that. She did not have that blue rag. She did not have the vinegar bottle in the sink. And she did not see any of those blood stains. And they went through all of them. And she didn't see any of them. When she left the house, it was clean. So they had her on there about that. And also that how she was asked to pick up an extra bucket or something if she was going to come over, I think, to mop, probably because they got rid of the other one. So that and the crime scene investigator was really the crux of today. They had another investigator But there really was not much about anything with them yet. I'm really waiting for her friends to take the stand. I'm waiting for those women at the car dealership to take the stand. I'm waiting for, of course, Robert Baker to take the stand, and I'm waiting for Christopher Austin to take the stand. And I don't know if her daughters are going to testify, if Fabio's sister and son is going to testify, which I know the son is, and I believe Morella, the sister, will. So I really want to see that, right? But for today, that's really about the size of it. I was just going over the pictures in the house, and let me just see something. Let me see here. I'm trying to see if okay, I was trying to see if they had the photo of something, but I don't see it here. I can show you, hang on, and I'll show you some of these photos. One sec, let me just grab one here. Yes. Okay. Okay, we saw a floor plan, and we saw that, well, I'll show you something. Hang on. Trying to get a picture of the garage that I want to show you, okay? Which I'm going to have to show you on, I have to make a slide for this, so hang on. Take me 1 second, and I will show it to you. It was just so odd that, they're living in Woodland Hills, which is a very exclusive area, and that they had this, I'll show you. It looked like a Harvest Gold, and I understand if it's an extra refrigerator or what, but it just looked so, from the garage, you would never think you're in any kind of a upscale, right? So it does look Harvest Gold. It could be almond. It's probably almond, but when I first saw it, it is almond. It gave me a Harvest Gold but it is almond, but still. And then they have this chest freezer, this filing cabinet, a mop there, and I don't know what's in there. Is that all cleaners in there and stuff in those cubbies? All right, let me show you some other pictures from today. Okay, hang on a minute. Okay, hang on. And so there are blood stains on the garage floor, which, because they took the Porsche out of there, right? So hang on 1 second, I'm going to show you that. I'm getting it for you. I am very sorry. All right. Well, let me put this over there. Okay, so this is going to be a blood stain on the garage floor that they were looking at. Let me make this larger. 36, 36 right over here in this area. And then you have some other placards here because they didn't move Fabio's body from where it was. So the blood was coming from a cut finger. And then they also had some bloody footprints, which I'll show you here in a sec. I want to show you the vinegar bottle. Okay, here's what I want to show you. Hang on. Here's the vinegar bottle in the sink. Okay. Okay, so this is the vinegar bottle. Heinz vinegar, and it had blood stains. This towel also wasn't there. That had some blood stains. We have a placard here, and then there's stuff on the countertops as well that had blood stains. And there were quite a few blood stains, which I'm going to show you. Going like into the kitchen. Okay, be pulling that up in a second here. Here we go. All right, so there you see these placards here. This is where traces of blood were found. And I think we have a close-up here of possibly, oh yeah, here's some. Just trying to get this over for you. Okay. All right. We are having a 2-hour delay for school because of icy road conditions in the morning, and you know, who knows, they may cancel it altogether. Okay, so we've got this, and this placard is this drop right here, this drop of blood, and I love how she's touching that with her pen. And then that you've got everything you saw before, 16 here, 17, here we go. All of these were all suspected blood, which they tested. Here was another show you this. This was another right there. So you can see. And the housekeeper had said she had just finished cleaning earlier that day. Right? So okay, and then there was like a ransacking of the master bedroom, and that was to stage it to look like a robbery. And this is where they said something interesting. They said, did Fabio sleep in that room? And they said, no, he didn't. Could that be that maybe, I don't know, why she was unfulfilled in her marriage? Perhaps. Perhaps there's something more there, right? All right, this is... But remember, they did not take his Rolex that he was wearing. Interesting. All right, we got this. Got a placard here, countertop here. Right, I'm trying to get you another picture of something I want to show you. Okay. Shoot, hold on a minute, I didn't grab that. Right. Okay, hang on 1 second. Okay. This is going to be the bed, and there's a placard here, jewelry box out here. But there was a safe behind a long full-length mirror That doesn't seem like they touched that at all. So this staged robbery was very suspect. There were some other things I wanted to show you. Okay. About the blood. Oh, here's some. Maybe here. Oh, shoot. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, this is what I want to show you. I want to show you this. Hold on. No. It's loaded. Oh, Dad said don't put anything in the sink. He's doing something over there. Sorry, guys. I want to show you a close-up of something. Let's see if this will work. I'm not sure that it will, but we'll see. It's a little hard to see on this. Shoot. Okay, so these are some close-ups of the stains, but a little bit difficult to show you exactly, but okay, I think you get the gist of it. There you have the stuff there, and there was one other shot I wanted to show you. Oh, okay, maybe here. Maybe not. Maybe. Oh, the place where the security system was, it was on the top of this cabinet in the garage. And I'm going to show you. Okay. Okay. And this is going to be right there. Right up here is where it was. And he had taken it. And it didn't go to a cloud or anything because it was relatively new technology. She had it on her phone. Then she started deleting everything, deleting apps, pretending she didn't know what she was doing and all of that stuff. Laura! Wow, how come I didn't hear a song or anything? It didn't give me a song, Laura. Thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Lucky Ann came in, and so I don't know. Hi, little lady. I don't know how many of you are watching this trial, but I'm telling you to watch it because this is going to be an explosive trial. Okay, I really mean it. This is not going to be a trial that wraps up in a week. And right now, this may seem like, okay, it's boring or something. I'm telling you that it's going to get very interesting. She conspired to have her, husband, celebrity, mogul hairdresser guy to killed to go with a ex-porn star swinger. I mean, it's just crazy. In Woodland Hills, come on, you've got to watch this. I'm telling you, you've got to give it a chance here. I don't know where our big trial gurus are that really like this stuff, but I'm telling you, you're watching a lot of trials. This one is going to be the one to watch. One of the ones to watch. I think it's going to be crazy, but I don't know how anybody would think she's going to get off with this. They want us to think, the jury to think, that she had no idea. None. Okay. So that's about it for on that today. And let's talk about this horrific so I'll look at some of the live updates and there you see some of the wreckage. An Army helicopter may have deviated from its approved flight path before the deadly collision. Of course, it crashed into an American Airlines jet right over the Potomac River. Collision happened Wednesday night as the plane was making its approach to Reagan National Airport. Staffing at the air traffic control tower was not normal. And that comes from the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, and that's from a preliminary report. Okay, among the victims, 2 Chinese nationals. Dave Statter, a public safety consultant, said the expansion of flights around Reagan National Airport has made things worse. He has been tracking air traffic congestion there for the past 4 decades. And he is a journalist that covered the Potomac, the rush to the Potomac 43 years ago to cover the Air Florida jet crash. 43 years ago. 43 years ago. Oh my goodness. Okay. So the plane was headed to the runway, and the helicopter, the plane was curving in, and the helicopter just went right into it. Let's see what we have here. A skater who struck a triple axel before boarding the plane was one of the budding stars on there. The plane was coming from Kansas. So the trip to U.S. Figure Skating National Development Camp in Wichita, Kansas started out as a young figure skater's dream, and Corey Hanos, a teenager from Northern Virginia, was there to make a mark. On Wednesday morning, after most of the 150 invited up-and-coming skaters had left, and only the very top of the group, maybe 40 to 50 athletes, remained for a special training session, Hanos launched himself forward into the air. He rotated in a blur once, twice, and 3 times, like a human gyroscope, before landing on one foot, elated. Now, it appears that the Army helicopter may have been flying higher than permitted in this crash. It was supposed to be flying in a different location and lower to the ground as it traversed the busy Ronald Reagan National Airspace. What else we have? So, victims, right? What do we know about the victims? "67 people were killed, no survivors in the mid-air collision. Officials have not released a list of the victims, but families and friends began to confirm some of the deaths on Thursday. Let's see if they figure skaters and their families who were returning from a skating camp, and a group of buddies who had been on a duck hunting trip, and the crews flying the helicopter and the American Airlines flight. Many of the passengers on the flight had been flying home from the U.S. Figure Skating's National Development Camp, which was held after last week's national championships in Wichita, Kansas. The attendees are promising young competitive skaters, some of whom were traveling with their parents. Skating Club of Boston said 6 people with ties to its club were killed. Jinna Han, a skater, and her mother, Jin Han. Spencer Lane, a skater, and his mother, Christine. Yevgenia Shishkova, 52, and Vadim Namov, 55, 2 coaches who were also champion skaters from Russia. Corey Hanos, a teenage skater from Northern Virginia, and his parents, Stephanie and Roger, were also on board the flight, relatives said in interviews and social media posts. Okay, 7 friends were flying back east after a guy's trip hunting ducks in the Kansas woods. They included Michael Stovall, and Jesse Pitcher, and then you've got the 4-person crew on American Flight 5342, like Sam Lilly, and Denasia Brown Elder, relatives confirmed 3 of the crew members as the pilot, Jonathan J. Campos, who was 34 years old, Sam Lilly, only 28 years old, and flight attendant Denasia Brown Elder. 3 soldiers in the helicopter that collided with the jet were also killed. The Army did not immediately release their identities. And for the Army, this crash is just one in a string of helicopter accidents. Three students from Fairfax County Public Schools had been returning from a figure skating camp in Kansas, and they were killed along with 6 parents. Nancy Kerrigan got together with members of the Massachusetts Skating Club to grieve. The Skating Club of Boston in Norwood, Massachusetts, the home rink of 2 skaters and 2 coaches killed in the crash, the ice was empty because it was closed to skating. The members had chosen not to skate. Normally it would be packed with skaters and coaches, but they decided to take a break. It feels fitting that it's gone silent. Some of the club's best known and most accomplished members and alumni gravitated to the rink on Thursday, reeling from the news and seeking comfort in their close-knit skating community. Olympic skater Nancy Kerrigan was there, and so was Dr. Tenley Albright, the first American woman to win an Olympic gold medal, and Paul George, a former national champion. Dr. Albright, who's 89, said, "We all came here because we needed to be together." She was the Olympic figure skating gold medalist in 1956. We're family, it's a community, and the people on the plane, they're our family too. I can't believe that it happened because I picture them right here, she said, gesturing to the ice. They flew across this ice and inspired all of us. Dr. Albright and Mr. George both remember the first time a crash devastated their skating community in February of 1961, when a plane carrying the entire U.S. figure skating team to the World Championships in Prague crashed, killing the 18 team members, judges, coaches, family members, and 16 international officials. Let's see. So here's a Memorial Day. Up for them. A memorial table set up at the Skating Club of Boston for the crash victims from the skating world. Bless you. The 2 Boston area skaters killed were Spencer Lane, 16, of Barrington, Rhode Island, Jenna Hahn, 13, of Mansfield, Massachusetts. Their mothers, Christine Lane and Jen Hahn, were also killed. So were a married couple, Vadim Namov and Evgenia Shiskova, 52. They were former Olympic skaters who coached at the skating club, which began in 1912 and counts 1,100 members. They were returning from that National Development Camp for Young Skaters in Kansas. Jenna had grown up at the club. She was a little tyke into an amazing 13-year-old, said Mr. Zeghibi. And he said she was so poised and self-possessed you wouldn't believe she was 13. Club members who knew Spencer described him as the unlikeliest of phenoms. He did not begin skating until he was 13 years old, a decade later than many top skaters, but he advanced so quickly that he was seen as a possible Olympic hopeful. Wow, that's interesting, huh? You don't just need talent, you need grit and resilience, and to get there in 3 years, it's unheard of, said Ellen Schran, a skater and choreographer who was Dr. Albright's daughter. Mr. Schran said that Spencer had skated in his first professional show in December and that he had been nervous. He performed well and was lit up afterwards with his success. Let's see. Nancy Kerrigan said she expected the local skating community to continue supporting one another in grief. I'm wishing the families the courage and strength to make the next step, she said. Let's see what else. Flights resume at Reagan National, but the day hardly feels normal. Both of the American airline pilots were longtime flyers, their relatives and friends say. Let's see. Some who witnessed the collision are still in disbelief, including Ari Schulman, a magazine editor who was driving home to the house in Virginia on Wednesday when he saw a plane coming in for a landing, the wings level, lights flashing. He looked back at the road and then glanced up again a moment later, and this time something was wrong. The plane appeared to have banked sharply to the right, and Mr. Schulman saw sparks. What followed was a shared moment of shock for residents of Washington, D.C. and Virginia who witnessed the deadly mid-air collision of an American Airlines jet carrying 64 people and a U.S. Army helicopter with 3 crew members, no survivors. Eyewitnesses described an initial sense of disbelief, uncertain whether they had truly seen a catastrophe unfold, followed by the grim confirmation as the reports of the crash emerged. When Mr. Schulman looked back a third time, the plane was gone, but he hadn't seen any sign of a collision. I had a moment wondering if I had actually seen what I thought I did, he said. It seemed impossible. Okay. Someone named Roy Best, 48, witnessed the crash from the other side of the river from their rooftop of their apartment building in Arlington, Virginia, where he was out, enjoying a little bit of warm weather after we've had some frigid cold temperatures, and watching planes take off and land as part of his routine, something he does, he said, almost every day. And that night, he was out there talking to a neighbor when suddenly a loud noise cut through the air. It sounded like an explosion. He turned and saw wreckage falling from the sky into the river, and his neighbor said, "Oh my gee, that's a plane." I wasn't quite sure what I was seeing, or I didn't want to admit it. Okay. Let's see what we have here. All right, so a former Army Special Operations helicopter pilot said the collision over the Potomac was baffling. Given the large number of safeguards that are typically in effect, it really blows my mind that they actually hit each other. It's nuts, said the veteran pilot, whose name is Mike Sagely. In his Army days, he said he flew similar Black Hawk helicopters on the route above the Potomac more than a dozen times, often at night. And he said the crash signaled that multiple failures of safety systems must have occurred. Okay. Let's see here. All right, let's see what else about the recovery. All right. 14 plane victims still believed to be missing. Recovery efforts have been suspended until Friday morning after first responders recovered at least another 8 bodies on Thursday, with 14 missing victims remaining. According to a source familiar with the efforts, there are 4 people who are accounted for, but they remain pinned inside the plane tonight. 2 soldiers inside the helicopter have yet to be removed. A crane is being brought in to assist in the operation, but is still 24 to 48 hours out from use. Recovery teams, let's see here, are they going to bring that crane?
Honey, can you imagine how difficult that recovery operation is?
Yeah.
Near freezing temperatures. So.
Mm-hmm. See here. One air traffic controller was working 2 different tower positions is not uncommon, the air traffic official says. Divers have searched all accessible areas of the river crash site, according to DC Fire. Let's see. Both flight recorders are recovered from the American Airlines plane. And the Black Hawk's helicopter's altitude was nearly 200 feet off, former NTSB investigator says. Ohio college student was among the passengers on the American Airlines flight. A junior at Cedarville University was one of the passengers that was involved in the deadly collision. Grace Maxwell was from Wichita, Kansas. As you can imagine, the past 24 hours have been very difficult for the Maxwell family and the Cedarville University community. As a university, we do not desire to turn this tragic event into anything more than a way to honor Grace, her family, and Jesus, the school writes. One black box has been recovered from the Potomac River. That was 4 hours ago. One of the flight data recorders, known as the black boxes from the doomed CRJ 700 that collided with the military helicopter. Okay, let's see where you guys are over here. Right there. Okay, Slam RN. Yes, it should not have been higher than 200 feet, and it was at least 300 feet. Probably hit the plane at 400 feet. Let's see. The American Airlines plane was in no way responsible, Slam says. Christine says, I watched the interview with the young pilot's father. Just broke my heart listening to him and how much he loved his son. He's heartbroken. He called his son's plane. He called his son's phone. No answer several times. Oh. The helicopter pilot accepted responsibility for visual. Must have had eyes on wrong plane. Let's see here. All right, yeah. Okay, so why am I on top chat, not live chat? That's where I should be. So yeah, it's very unfortunate. Okay. Horrible, horrible. There's a what? There's a story out of Missouri, which I want to talk about here. Two brothers and a hatchet. Not a good combination. So this is the home. That's the home of the Fox brothers. It's on South Old Orchid Avenue in Webster's Groves, and that is in Missouri. And a Webster Grove man has been charged with murder after killing his brother with a hatchet. This is Timothy Fox. Timothy Fox is accused of killing his brother Peter Fox, who is 64, by striking him in the head with a hatchet at the home they shared, the one I just showed you. And the police discovered Peter Fox deceased on his couch on January 28th in the morning, with the hatchet still in his head. Blood spatter on the floor, wall, and ceilings. According to the probable cause statement, Timothy Fox was discovered in the back living room. He appeared to be heavily intoxicated. Police received a call from Timothy Fox's place of employment because he had not shown up for work on Monday or Tuesday, and police arrived at the home just after 9 a.m. Court records state that while Timothy Fox was being detained by officers at the scene, he made several comments of, "How did you guys find out about this?" or "How did you know he was here?" By early afternoon on Tuesday, there was a large police presence at the crime scene, and they closed it off with crime scene tape for several hours. They, according to Lieutenant Jillian McCoy with Webster Groves Police Department, she said to her knowledge, they have not responded to any calls for domestic disturbances at that residence. In 2007, Timothy Fox pled guilty to felony arson in St. Louis County Circuit Court. He was sentenced to 3 years in prison, but instead put on probation. So no idea what went on there, but... And Timothy is 58. He killed his 64-year-old brother. Yeah, unbelievable. And then was just sitting in the living room drinking. Crazy, huh? Okay. So... apparently there's some news about Susan Smith. She's causing a lot of trouble since being denied for parole. Let's see what's going on with that. Let's see here. So, Susan Smith is reportedly causing chaos. Months after she was denied for her parole. Well, hold on a minute. She was denied parole in November of 2024, not 2023. And she's serving a life sentence for drowning her 2 sons in John D. Long Lake. And that happened in 1994. She had a chance to be paroled, and when she was cooperative, helpful, and even pleasant, says a Correctional Institute employee who spoke to the media. But now she's the complete opposite, just rude and acting like a biatch all the time, biatchy. Overnight, she went from being a model prisoner to a complete nightmare. In August, Susan Smith was charged with communicating with a victim or witness of a crime after she spoke with a documentary filmmaker, which violated prison rules. The incident came less than 2 weeks after she told an unknown male over the phone that she wouldn't talk to the media. This was her first disciplinary action in nearly 10 years, and she was convicted of a charge on October 3rd, She claimed that on the night hold on, I don't want to go back in that. I'm trying to find out about this thing. So that's all they're saying is that little blurb that she's acting totally out of character for her, I guess. They're saying she used to be a model prisoner and now she is acting another way. Okay. what is this about? So many people killing each other. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Wisconsin now. Let me look at something. I don't even know if I can even get into it. Some of these stories are just ridiculous. Horrible. Ridiculous. That's not a funny, ridiculous, horrible, crazy. Let's see. Woman and 2 children were fatally stabbed in New Jersey. What did that happen? 5-year-old and a 9-year-old. Jersey City. The names are being held. That's terrible. Okay. And I told you that the Ponzi scheme lady was found guilty, right? She was found guilty. And now they're having the mercy phase of that. Let's see what else we're doing here. Okay. I don't know it. Oh, I wanted to see one thing. Hold on, about this Blake Lively lawsuit. Okay, so there's claims that Taylor Swift is, what am I want to say? Speaking out about this Blake Lively lawsuit, but now it's saying that their friendship is strong despite the Justin Baldoni lawsuit. Tearing into it, it says that she was mentioned, that she hates she was mentioned. So she probably hates that she was mentioned because, why does anybody want to get into that mess? And she's taking allegedly a step back, and so is the author. Now, I don't think that author should have ever cut Justin Baldoni out, who bought the rights to her book and who was the producer, and it just seemed like a lot of backbiting and talking behind the scenes about somebody instead of going to the person and talking about it to see if things are real. And those of us on YouTube know those are the tactics employed by people that try to get in and start making things a mess. And seems like that's what happened there. So Taylor Swift, let me get something up over here so we know we're switching gears here. If we ever do put our chapters in. So Taylor Swift wants to take a step back after feeling like she was used in an intimidation tactic in a lawsuit she never wanted to be embroiled in. She was dragged into the explosive legal feud between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni when he claimed his co-star used Swift to intimidate him at a meeting with her husband Ryan Reynolds about edits that she had made to a rooftop scene in their film, in his film, and she was the actress, but he was producing it and had the production company. It Ends With Us, which is a very good movie, by the way, no matter what. In the $400 million lawsuit filed earlier this month, Baldoni said that Taylor Swift showed up and made him feel like he needed to comply with Blake's direction for the script. Lively later appeared to threaten Baldoni by comparing herself to Game of Thrones character Khaleesi. I don't know, that doesn't make any sense to me because I don't watch Game of Thrones. In a series of text messages in which she referred to Reynolds, 48, and her best friend as her dragons. The uncool and unnecessary description was reportedly the final straw for Taylor Swift, who had never planned to be at the meeting, but arrived at Blake Lively's New York penthouse to find it was still ongoing. For the time being, she's taking a step back from Blake because she doesn't want to get tangled in this more than she already has, which is far more than she ever needed to be. And that's from an inside source, according to this media, so you can take it for what it is. Her friends also think that Blake's "I'm Khaleesi and like her, I happen to have dragons" text to Justin was uncool and unnecessary because she was essentially used as an intimidation tactic, and she was referred to as some kind of pet or possession. Taylor shouldn't even be involved in any of this. She was only going over to visit Blake and Ryan, with the understanding the meeting would be over. Khaleesi, also known as Daenerys Targaryen and Mother of Dragons, is one of the main characters in Game of Thrones. It doesn't mean anything to me. She was portrayed as a villain after descending into madness and turning to vengeance due to trauma and loss. A second source said that Taylor has politely backed away from it all. She is conscious of her own image and hates that she was even mentioned. The decision will no doubt shock fans of the Cruel Summer Singer, who has been friends with the former Gossip Girl for about 10 years with the pair, but they say their friendship is fine. She's taking a step back, just letting you know this. Others accused her of using the attention to plug her alcohol brand, Betty Booze. And let's see. So whether it is or it isn't, whatever the heck, you know. We'll see. I'm sure she doesn't like being called into it. I'm sure she doesn't need this, and whatever it is, right? But, you know, who's really saying this? Who's really their source? It could be any insider, you know? To see. Let's see here. I don't know. Let's see what's going on with... So apparently, Gypsy Rose has went back to posting Instagram photos of her date nights and her outfit of the day. Remember that her Life After Lockup is coming up next month. Well, almost next month. And she has put a picture of our baby Breza, our new best friend, which is, I believe I have a baby Brezza that they sent me. I do have one, and I never saw the, for my blog, it's to mix up the formula. Isn't that what it is? And they have everything, yeah. Pretty sure that's what I have in there. But let's see what she's got, because she'll take it down all the time too. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, she's already got it down. Unless she just put it on TikTok. She's constantly taking stuff down. Alright, let's see. Jimmy. Oh, he posted the date night, and so Ken has posted the date at the date night, right? I don't know if yeah, she's it was on her Instagram. She's already taken it off. Okay. Okay, apparently I guess so she showed a formula making machine and then said our new best friend and took it off. Now, I told you to mark my words that she bought a house, right? Yeah, mark them, okay? Mark them. Trying to see. Oh, and someone said people are still debating whether she has a baby at all. And let's see what we've got here. And she's really not anyone too interesting to even talk about. So, right, not her. No, there's not much to talk about with her at all. Hi, White Angel. How are you? How's it going? Okay, I want to tell you something. Tomorrow, you might be in for a treat because Sandra Rusak, you know who she is, right? Wants to come on with me and do a raffle, not a raffle, I'm so sorry, do an auction. Do an auction for a blanket that she crocheted herself to help out the legal fund. So she's going to come on with me on Zoom, and we're going to go live. That's the plan tomorrow. Not sure of the time yet. And this is a very nice, very heavy blanket that she made in pastel colors to benefit the legal fund because we are going to trial, right? All right, so that should be that, and depending on, I don't know, I think there'll be a craft night too, but depending on when that's done, we'll see how that goes. If we don't have it then the craft night will be moved to Sunday, but we'll see what happens with that. Okay? And let me see what else we can do up here. What else we have up here? All right. I'm just trying to see if there's anything we want to go with over here. I want to look at something about Jamie Komorowski for a second, so just hold on for a second. Trying to see if there was anything about if they were getting anything on appeal there. Okay. All right. So let me go on to one other thing. She was killed by police. Okay, what I want to do, hold on a moment, is look for something. There's someone there covering who was inspired by Ted Bundy. Have you heard this guy? And he had a head around and something. He wanted to be a murderer, and such a crazy case that is for sure. But I want to go into Monica Sementilli. I want to look at some older things. not new stuff like from when this happened. So I'm going to try to change my time. I want to go back to when this hold on, going back 7 years, you know. Okay, 7 years. Okay, let's go back 7 years to that, to oh brother, let's see, to that. Let's see what we get. Nothing, nothing. Oh my goodness. Let me try this. Nothing. Oh my goodness. Seriously. Let me try something else. That's just crazy. Usually I can go back into older. That is crazy. You know, I just don't find that, I don't know what happened to like the wow, there's like nothing on there. This is crazy. All right, maybe I've got something now. Let me see. Conference. Okay, hold on 1 second. Because if I can find something. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for courtroom. Come on. Okay, forget that. hold on a minute. There was, what the heck was the thing I was going to go over? I know what we're going to do. Tomorrow's the 31st, right? Tomorrow's the 31st. Okay. California is breaking apart. A fault line is forming faster than anyone predicted. And you know what? Haven't you always heard this in school? That Florida was going to fall off into the ocean? Right? They're saying that it's breaking apart faster than anyone. California is experiencing accelerated geological changes that have captured the attention of scientists and residents alike. Recent studies reveal that certain fault lines within the state are developing more rapidly than previously anticipated, intensifying concerns about the potential for significant seismic events. The unexpected acceleration has prompted a reevaluation of earthquake preparedness strategies across the region. Yikes. And they're going to have an enormous ice cream museum that's going to open up on the Las Vegas Strip. So if you're interested in that, go and check that out. Let's see what else we have. Oh gosh, Dick Button died at 95. When did he die? Today? You know, it's so funny, right? They won with, like, didn't have to do triples and all that stuff, and it's like, what a different time it was. Dick Button, the legendary figure skater who became the first American to win Olympic gold, died Thursday at the age of 95. In 1948, Button, then 18, won the first of back-to-back Olympic titles. He remains the youngest man to win an Olympic figure skating gold medal. There will never be another Dick Button, an icon who singularly personified the sport of figure skating, said the U.S. figure skating president Samuel Auxier, an acting CEO. Dick's many talents and we mourn his loss. We celebrate Dick's many talents and offer our deepest sympathies to his spouse, Dennis, and children, Emily and Edward. Okay. And Button said back in 1999, it didn't seem like an enormous accomplishment to win back-to-back Olympic golds. It just seemed that it was the most natural thing in the world to go on and compete in the next championship. Okay, but in 1952, so you got to give it to him, because it seems like, sports have evolved so much, and I'll tell you, it's like, when the guys were batting and then you found out they were juiced up and stuff, and it just seemed, but I think especially with the women's figure skating, then they had to land, there's the double axel, then the triple axel, then the triple saw cow, and then it just went on. And when you would look like what they had to do for a competition before, it was, used to be joked about that the skaters before, like that would be in the 1948, and I just came out and just did like a figure eights or something, and yes, it's a something, but it's just trying to show you that how they lifted that bar to more and more and more and more and more, and everyone does. And then if you have these, like in baseball, these guys that are juicing themselves up, like in cycling with Lance Armstrong, and you're just really relying on your own, strength, stamina, working out, and you've got people that are juicing themselves, how could you ever compete? And it just got to be where it's just like, oh, come on, stop. Now you don't even, I know there's testing and stuff, but people still find ways to do crap. And but Dick Buttons, he really did. In 1952, he became the first skater to land a 3-revolution jump in competition when he hit a triple loop en route to repeat gold. So that's... Let's see what else we have here. There's severe thunderstorms rolling through Hawaii, bringing flooding rain and damaging winds, and meanwhile the Northeast is bracing for snow and ice up here. Yeah, snow and ice, and I hope we don't lose electricity. I really hope we don't. There's a rare recall alert for Lay's potato chips. If you haven't heard it, you've better go check it out if you haven't. Look at this. Listen to this, and this just came up. I mean, this is something that's we talked about the neurovirus, right? That's the stomach virus, and we talked about how bad it is. It says, ask the doctors, neurovirus hits fast and hard and is difficult to eradicate. Neurovirus is highly contagious, easily transmissible, and very difficult to eradicate. That means outbreaks are seen in communal settings, such as schools, restaurants, cruise ships, hospitals, nursing homes. It is shed in an infected person's vomit and stool. There's also evidence that it can be transmitted through saliva. You can be infected if you ingest as few as 10 viral particles. This can occur through contact with food, beverages, infected eating or cooking utensils, any surfaces an infected person touched, and with the infected person themselves. Anyone who is sickened by norovirus who fails to thoroughly wash their hands after using the bathroom can easily and widely transmit the illness. Isn't that... There is no medication for the illness. When a norovirus outbreak occurs, it takes time and ongoing vigilance to eradicate it. That means repeatedly disinfecting all of the items and surfaces they may have contaminated by their touch or the aerosols of their vomit. Yes, kind of gross. That's what it says. Repeated and thorough hand washing by everyone. Sharing a space with someone who is sick is crucial. Hand washing by everyone sharing a space with someone who's sick is crucial. Use disposable gloves, paper towels to clean up after the infected person. Immediately bag them and place them in the trash because the virus can present in aerosols like sneezes and coughs. Consider wearing masks. Anyone sick with norovirus should stay home to avoid spreading the virus and infecting others. Interesting, isn't it? Isn't it? Shoppers are given a 5-day warning. About avocados. Okay, let's see what else we have. The classic pastry you can now, you know what, Napoleon is a classic pastry, right? Yes, absolutely. Let's see what we've got here. Well, they say that Boy Scouts are rebranding with a brand new name. Did you know that? Palisades and Eaton fires are more than 96% contained. And the Carolina fires, they are supposed to be okay by Friday because the winds are going down and they're supposed to get soaking rains, is what I've heard over there. Let's see what else we have. There's another neurovirus cases at more than double expected number. All right, how about we take a look at okay. Let's see what else we can. And see what's going on, right? All right, I'm going to look at some stuff that's trending. Let's see what's trending. Okay, we got some Sean Diddy. And speaking of that, they have added extra episodes to the Sean Diddy Peacock documentary. Okay, let me just put this over here so we know we're talking about Sean Diddy and not Dick Buttons, because that would be bad. All right, so we've got some new trending news about Sean Diddy Combs, and that is that prosecutors have added details to their indictment against Sean Diddy Combs on Thursday, saying that Combs, who's scheduled for a May trial, is accused of sex trafficking at least 3 women and of once dangling someone off a hotel balcony during a 2-decade racketeering conspiracy. The refreshed indictment was filed in the Manhattan Federal Court. Mark Agnifilo, the attorney for Combs, said the superseding indictment contains no new charges, just new details. Combs, 55, has pled not guilty to the charges, and his trial, he's awaiting that trial, which is due to start on May 5th. Interesting. They also said that the conspiracy started 4 years, and they first did, and they're saying 2004. The original indictment said 2008 was the start. The indictment specified that there are at least 3 female victims, oh my gosh, I can't speak, listing them only as victim 1, victim 2, and victim 3. They say that he used power and prestige to intimidate, threaten, and lure women into his orbit, often under the pretense of a romantic relationship. That he used force, threats, and coercion to cause these victims to engage in commercial acts. It said he subjected his victims to violence, threats of financial and reputational harm, and verbal abuse. And I quote, it said, on multiple occasions, combs through both objects and people, as well as hit, dragged, choked, and shoved others. On one occasion, Combs dangled a victim over an apartment balcony. Prosecutors offered no other information about that allegation, like who it was or when it was. Let's see. And his lawyer said, and I quote, the government has added the ridiculous theory that 2 of Mr. Combs' former girlfriends were not girlfriends at all, but they were working women, if you know what I mean. But he didn't say that. He used the P word. So that's trending. And what was that? Hi, one-eye blind art. What was that? What was that? It's amazing how many people do not wash their hands after using the bathroom. And then there's me who sings happy birthday. Yeah, I know, right? What did you have? You had it, Nelson? That's what you had? Dina Elizabeth was talking about California. She said, I did hear that. My mom grew up in Huntington Beach, so we went for holidays and summers. I was truly afraid as a child it was going to happen while I was swimming there in the ocean. I don't know what that Christmas music was. Let me see if I can find out what that was. What was that? White Angel, did you ever find the cord for your laptop? Oh, Shannon M. Subscribe. Shannon M. Isn't that interesting? Are you watching, Shannon? Hi. How are you? That's what that was about. Which brings me to something else. See one thing. Interesting. Okay, so let's go see what else is trending, all right? All right. So we have Sean Diddy, right? We said that. And let's see what else we've got going on. Many animals and plants are losing their genetic diversity, making them more vulnerable, it says. Okay. Doomsday clock. The doomsday clock? A spectator was killed by a stray hammer thrown at a Colorado youth track and field meet. Oh my goodness, that would be horrendous. Yikes. Kia is recalling more than 80,000 U.S. automobiles due to improper airbag deployment and improper wiring. Wow. Oh, reality TV couple. And these are the two that I don't know who they are, but I asked somebody and I can't even remember where they were, what they were in. The Hills. The Hills. Yeah. That's another show I didn't watch and I don't know anything about it, but they're suing. Let me put them over here. I just have seen the name. I wouldn't know either of those people if they bumped into me in the supermarket. Reality TV couple Heidi Montag and Spencer Pratt are suing the city of Los Angeles after losing their Pacific Palisades home in the wildfires. They rose to fame on The Hills, which is a spin-off of Laguna Beach. They filed the lawsuit on Tuesday along with more than 20 other property owners and residents who were affected by the Palisades fires. The complaint blames Los Angeles and its municipal water department for the water issues that hampered firefighting efforts and says it ultimately led to the damage to their property. The Eaton and Palisade fires were ignited by strong winds during one of the region's driest years on record and killed 28 people and destroyed more than 1,200 structures, putting them among the most destructive fires in California history. The intense scrutiny over the fire hydrants running dry and problems with water pressure leading to a barrage of lawsuits against the city of Los Angeles. Hold on a second, I almost dropped my mouse. The Department of Water and Power, California Governor Gavin Newsom has called for an independent investigation into the LA water utility over the issues. The complaint filed by the couple and others mentions that the Santa Ynez Reservoir, which serves the Pacific Palisades neighborhood, was offline and had been out of commission since February of 2024 while awaiting repairs. The hydrants in the neighborhood were connected to 3 tanks that held 1 million gallons of water each and went dry within 12 hours. Without water from the reservoir, firefighters had to primarily rely on the water tanks, which were not designed to fight such a large fire. Okay, the plaintiffs cite the principle known as inverse condemnation, which is the same mechanism that requires utilities to pay for wildfire damages caused by their equipment. Oh, wait a minute. A Pakistani man who's accused of killing his daughter, who was born in the U.S., over TikTok videos, went to court. Let's see what that's about. Do we have any? Hold on a moment. Let's see if we have any image here. Let me see. The man was arrested on Wednesday, recently moved his family back to Pakistan. Pakistani man suspected of killing his U.S.-born 15-year-old daughter in a so-called honor killing after she apparently refused to stop sharing videos on TikTok, appeared in court Thursday in the southwestern city of Quetta. The shooting happened on Tuesday, the capital of Balochistan province, said a local police chief. He said the father of the teenager initially suggested that an unidentified gunman had killed his daughter, but after he was taken into custody for questioning, he confessed. The man's brother-in-law was also arrested in connection with the killing, and that both men had apparently objected to the girl's sharing of objectionable content on TikTok. The judge has allowed police to keep the two men in custody for 10 days during an investigation. So-called honor killings are common in Pakistan, where family members and relatives sometimes kill women who don't follow local traditions and culture or decide to marry someone of their own choice. That's terrible. Oh, I guess there's a Sundance documentary that's going to show how horrible Alabama prisons are. It's called, let me see what this is called. It can't be called The Jinx. They've already had one. Oh, it is the Andrew Jarecki, who is the filmmaker behind The Jinx and Capturing the Freedmans, which I don't know if I ever saw that. He has come up with a, I don't know what the name of it is. What's the name of it? Let me see. Okay, so it says incarcerated men in the Alabama prison system risk their safety to feed shocking footage of their horrifying living conditions to a pair of documentary filmmakers. The result is called the Alabama Solution, premiered this week at the Sundance Film Festival. On Tuesday, at the first showing of the film, they had the counsel on the phone listening in. They put a microphone up to the cell phone so the counsel could speak. Several family members of the incarcerated subjects were also in the audience, including Sandy Ray, the mother of Stephen Davis, who died in 2019, his face beaten beyond recognition at the William E. Donaldson Correctional Facility. Alex Duran, who spent 12 years in prison in New York, also helped produce the film. Jarecki said they wouldn't have taken on the subject without the expertise of someone who had been incarcerated. Okay, so that's at the Sundance. But why don't we see what... Let's see. What are the best true crime documentaries right now on Netflix? Amanda Knox, American Murder, The Family Next Door, American Nightmare, Athlete, Bikram Yogi, Guru, Predator. What is that? What is that one? Amanda Knox is from 2016. American Murder, we know that. That's, if you want to watch a Chris Watts documentary, that's the one to watch. American Nightmare, 2024. Let's see. I don't know if I saw this one. Let's see what this is. Put this over here. It says on March 2015, Aaron Quinn dialed 911 to report a bizarre crime. He and his girlfriend, Denise Huskins, were ambushed in their home by an intruder who blindfolded them with blacked out swim goggles. Oh, we did see this. Hold on a minute. I saw this with Ethan, I believe. I did see this with Ethan. Yeah, I saw that. Okay, let me see here. So far they don't have anything new, okay. Except this, what is this? This Bikram Yogi Guru Predator says, who's this about? He's a cross between Mother Teresa and Howard Stern. Oh, really? Cocaine Cowboys, that's 2021. Would you have anything new? Escaping Twin Flames, I think we watched that as well. Evil Genius, that's very old. The Family. Girl in the Picture, I know you guys watched that. The Hatchet-Wielding Hitchhiker, 2023. Homicide, New York. Karis, Jeffrey Epstein. The Keepers. All of this is Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey. I believe I started watching that at one point. Lover, Stalker, Killer. I think we watched that too. Madoff, The Monster of Wall Street. That's 2023. Ponzi scheme, right? Making a Murderer, Our Father. Oh, that's oh my gosh, that's the guy that impregnated all of those women. Sins of Our Mother. Lori Vallow, we've seen that. The Staircase, we've seen that. Oh my gosh, there's like nothing. The Three Deaths of Maricela Escobedo. Tiger King, of course, we've seen that. Till Murder Do Us Part, Soaring versus Haysom. Now, what is that about? Let's see what that's about. Is it anything that we haven't seen? Because it's crazy that there's literally nothing. Let's see. This twisty 4-part docuseries chronicles the case of Jen Soaring and Elizabeth Haysom, a couple charged with the 1985 murders of Haysom's parents. While Soaring fully confessed to the murders, he would ultimately change his statement on the stand, implicating Haysom. The pair's conflicting testimonies made the case a big media sensation with extensive coverage in the decades to come, even after their convictions. Till Murder Do Us Part seeks to determine the truth behind it all, using innovative technology and extensive research. One of the most compelling elements is the new testimony from Soaring himself, who was interviewed for this series following his 2019 prison release. That may be something. What is that? Till Death. And then Tinder Swindler, we heard that. Victim Suspect, 2023. Wild Wild Country. About an Indian guru, it says. Wormwood. Wormwood, and I've heard about Wormwood. Wormwood is 2017. Project MK Ultra. CIA. I don't know. Wormwood. Heard about that. That won like a lot of awards, didn't I? I remember hearing it at. I don't know what that is. Okay, so that's what we have there. And let's see. Hi, Frilly Farmhouse. How are you? Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate that. Okay. I have to go get something. I'm going to be right back. If you wait 1 minute, I'll be right there. I have to go get something. Okay, I'm back. She's back. They're back. I had to go do something upstairs. All right, so I'm back. Let me go and see what else. Oh, who put a super chat in there? Oh, that was Laura. Thank you, Laura. Okay. Let's go to check on any updates on that collision there. So we have, oh, here's some more of the victims. Okay. There's some more news right now. There we have top row, Jonathan Campos, Ian Epstein, Jinnah Hahn, Samuel Lilly, and Spencer Lane. I think Spencer Lane was the one that only started skating at 13, right? Christine Lane. Is that his mother? Grace Maxwell, Vadim Normov, Azra Hussein, Raza, and Vagina Shiskova. First Officer Sam Lilly and Captain Jonathan Campos. Let's see, this is Samuel Lilly, right there. And it says that, let me see here. Sam Lilly, a young fiancé awaiting his fall wedding. What the heck just happened here? I don't know what just happened here. Okay. Awaiting his fall wedding while piloting the American Airlines flight that was minutes away from a safe landing when a collision with an Army helicopter plunged both aircrafts and everyone on board into Virginia's Potomac River. I was so proud when Sam became a pilot, said his father Timothy Lilly in a Facebook post. Now it hurts so bad, I can't even cry myself to sleep. I know I'll see him again, but my heart is breaking. Lilly, 28, was the first officer on the flight, his father said in the post, and was doing great in his career and his personal life. It is so devastating to lose someone that is loved so much, Timothy Lilly said. This is undoubtedly the worst day of my life. The grieving father, who served as a helicopter pilot in the Army for 20 years, said he believes the commercial jet involved in the incident was following proper procedures. From what I can see, those guys turned right into the jet. I think PSA jet was doing everything right. The Army pilot made a grave error. It hurts me because those are my brothers, and now my son is dead. And then you have the captain. Jonathan Campos, the captain of the American Airlines flight, was also killed. According to a fellow pilot who knew Campos personally, the colleague said that Campos became a captain for the airline in 2022. He was an amazing person, said Campos' family member Edward Campos. He loved flying, he loved his family. And then you have Ian Epstein. Ian Epstein was 53 years old. And he was a flight attendant on board the American Airlines flight. His sister, Robbie Bloom, confirmed that. She said, "My brother was a wonderful, wonderful man. He loved life, he loved traveling, he loved his job, he loved his family, and he will be sorely missed." Epstein, who had been a flight attendant for several years, leaves behind 2 children and 2 stepchildren. He made friends everywhere he went. He used to talk about the people he met on the plane as if they were all new friends, his sister said. Azra Hussein Raza. She was one of several passengers on the plane that was killed. Her father-in-law, Dr. Hashim Raza, confirmed that. Her father-in-law. Daughter of Indian immigrants, Hussein Raza graduated with honors in 2020 from Indiana University and married her college sweetheart in August of 2023. Raza was a Washington, D.C. based consultant who traveled to Wichita twice a month to work on a turnaround project for a hospital there. According to her father-in-law, she would often call him at the end of his late emergency shifts to make sure he stayed awake on the drive home. She went out of her way for everybody, he said. 4 steamfitter union members were among those killed. The union announced, "We are heartbroken to confirm that 4 members of the UA Steamfitters Local 602 were among the victims of the American Airlines flight crash 5342. Let's see. 6 U.S. figure skating athletes, coaches, and family members. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Hold on one sec. Uh-oh, got a super chat, right? Hold on. Hold on, I'm trying to. Dina Elizabeth, thank you for the super chat there. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. We got that. Let me see. So Dina, hold on. Let me go to my other thing over here. Oh, let's see. Gail B, thank you. So, thank you, Gail B, for your super chat 6 minutes ago when I was reading. Thank you, Dina Elizabeth, for yours. Appreciate that. And then it was also Laura that super chatted earlier on. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's go on with a few other things, and then we will. Okay, we've got. Oh, I want to see something. I just can't even believe how there's like, I don't know. I'm looking at a message board from 7 years ago with a question: who killed Fabio Sementilli? Arrests, and there's not one comment on it. And there's multiple. It's like, are you kidding me? That's so crazy. Oh, let's see what happened with the Florida versus Colin Griffith, right? So this, what is it with this? Okay. The trial for the teenager who was accused of killing his mother in Polk County continued on Thursday. Colin Griffith, 17, is accused of murdering his mother, 39-year-old Catherine Griffith. You remember, though, that he had murdered his father before, but it went to self-defense, and the charges were dropped. And then shortly after that, his mother had an accident, as he would like to put it, an accident. Let's put him up here. All right. Okay. So, jurors heard testimonies from investigators that were on the scene the day of the murder back in September of 2024. Forensic investigators say, when they got there, that Griffith had blood on his hands, fingernails, clothing, and shoes. And she saw wounds on the mother, a forensic investigator who went to the medical examiner's office. She said she saw the wounds on his mother. Jurors also heard from the sergeant who was with the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office in 2023. He took to the stand about the interaction that he had with Griffith. He said that Griffith asked him to Baker Act him because he was going to take his own life, or his mother. In the same year, 2023, Griffith was arrested for domestic violence against his mother. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Here is a picture. Okay. Colin Griffith allegedly killed his mother. He's 17 years old. His mother, again, is Catherine Griffith, 39. She was found with a knife in her neck. He said she fell on it. His trial started on Wednesday. He was seen dressed in a plaid button-down and suit jacket. He had a blank stare on his face. The prosecutor in the case is Mark Levine. And Mark Levine, in his opening statements, explained how viciously and savagely he murdered his mother on that day. It was a Sunday evening, September 8th of last year in Auburndale, Florida, and it was at that time that the defendant viciously and savagely unleashed his full fury and hatred towards his mother upon her. When he stabbed her with such force that the knife went shooting through her neck muscles, through her esophagus, through her trachea, through her thyroid cartilage, and shot out the other side of her neck. The prosecutor added that after Catherine was stabbed, she began to bleed and bleed profusely through the huge gash in her neck, and while she bled out, her son watched as the blood and the life drained from her body. Prosecutor also referenced a disturbing conversation that Colin had with his paternal grandfather leading up to the death of his mother, telling the court that this was exactly what the defendant meant to do. More than anything else, I want to slit her throat and feel her bleed out and feel the life leave her body. That's how much I hate her, Colin told his grandfather, according to Levine. Colin sat next to the defense team, Amy Thornhill and Howard Dimming, who, along with Levine, described the problematic family dynamic that plagued the mother and son prior to her death. Just a year before, Catherine had bailed her son out of jail for fatally shooting his father, Charles Griffith, who was 43, on Valentine's Day in 2023. An act he claimed was self-defense. Levine said that while Catherine tried to make up for lost time with her son, who moved from Oklahoma to her home in Florida, the pair started to clash. Levine insisted that the mother and son's relationship worsened leading up to her final day, as Catherine gave her son several ultimatums in exchange for him to complete household chores. At one point, he read a text that Catherine sent to her son between 12 p.m. and 12:29 the day she died. In the message, Catherine appeared to threaten her son with information she had about the death of his father, telling him that she would pass it along, all because you didn't help me mount a bookshelf. Colin, the recordings of you admitting to killing your father and planning the murder, there are 4 different instances from my Ring camera, and they are all going to Bob, Susie, Amanda, and Chris at 3 p.m. today, she wrote to him. Plus the recovered audio from Chuck's iCloud where you told your dad you hated me and I was an evil bee, and are being sent too. My dad is sending me his recordings of you telling him how you planned my murder back in February, all because you didn't want to help me mount a bookshelf. In November of 2023, Colin and Catherine got into a verbal altercation that quickly grew physical as the teen attacked and stomped his mother. In November of 2023, stomped her. Colin was arrested and taken to jail, but was released the following day. When Colin's attorney, Thornhill, approached the stand, she told a very different story, alleging that Catherine caused a lot of the issues between her and her son. She said that Kathy has threatened or done harm to other people, including Colin. His lawyer also noted that the late mother often instigated arguments and struggled with a drinking and pill problem and was estranged from her family. Thornhill also mentioned that Catherine owned a gun and told her son to use it on her. Colin previously told police that his mother handed him the weapon and an envelope filled with all the important papers you'll need if I'm gone. Catherine then pointed the firearm at her son and stated she was either going to shoot him or herself or both, before handing the gun to Colin, telling him, "Just shoot me." At the time, Colin reported the incident to school administrators, who then contacted the police. Catherine went on to deny the allegations, and according to Thornhill, the police believed her and not Colin. His attorneys also insisted that Colin repeatedly said he didn't feel safe around his mom. Following the November 2023 domestic violence incident, Colin said he would go back to live with his mother, but would make sure that he defended himself if he needed to. He even said that he would rather be placed in foster care than live with his mother, who he told police he was scared of. During the physical dispute, Thornhill said that Catherine repeatedly hit her son in the face, which led to him going into a wrestling move, striking her back. What did this? She bought him. Doesn't say much, but it. Not a big red bow on it. Did she buy that for him? I don't know. Let's see. The late mother's social media posts often appear to reference her family turmoil, but in one heartbreaking post, she vowed to live life to the fullest. She said, "This last year has been a whirlwind of life events and memories." She wrote a day after her birthday, "I'm thankful that no matter what I encounter or experience, I have family, friends, and a community of people who are here to support me, even on the days when I have not been the best me. Thank you to everyone who has helped me see this life as an adventure worth living and fighting for every day. Life lessons are just those lessons. I've learned some of the hardest lessons in my 30s, but I'm vowing that my 39th year will be a year of living life to its fullest." Another cryptic post made just days before her murder featured lyrics from the Taylor Swift song "It's Time to Go." And those are that old familiar body ache, the snaps from the same little breaks in your soul. You know when it's time to go. Sometimes giving up is the strong thing. She posted along a scenic picture of a boardwalk. Other posts appear to show the mom and son as a picture-perfect family enjoying cruise vacations and trips to Disney and Universal Studios. While in May, she gifted the teen a brand new $26,000 2024 VW Jetta as an early graduation present. "Wow. I love you and I'm so proud of you," she gushed under a picture of him posing on the hood. Despite her paying $50,000 to bail her son out of jail after his father's death, Grady Judd said, "When I look at him, I see a psychopath." Colin claimed that his father had pulled a knife on him before chasing and cornering him at a remote farmstead in Lincoln County, Oklahoma on Valentine's Day 2023, but prosecutors could not prove that. And he was released when his mother posted bond. Looks really young there. Crazy, so. Oh boy. This woman died after a chiropractor cracked her neck in an attempt to treat an injury suffered at the gym. Yikes. I've heard that before too. Chiropractors diagnosed her with cervical facet joint syndrome, and she was recommended to undergo adjustments and manipulation. Okay, let's see now. Okay, we're back over here. Hi there. Oh, Kevin Leonard, unreal. Killed mom and dad. I guess grandmother is lucky she didn't get killed. Who else snuck in here? Hi 61 just stuck in here. Hi 61, how are you? Lots of layers to that one, yeah. Julianne Gonzalez, hello there. All right, we're going to do word cookies, right? I'm going to see. Hold on, I got to get this. Okay. Oh, brother. Did I say daily puzzle? Yes, it is. Daily puzzle is up there. Velvety. Velvet. Will make them sleepy. Okay. That's what I meant to do. And then a lie, we have lie. And one more, let me see, I haven't even looked at the chat. I know that makes some people crazy. Kevin says Y-E-T-E. No. L-Y-T-E, says Kevin Lynch. No. Hi, Roya. How are you, Roya? Do you know Dear Little Lady? Roya? Are you a good friend of Little Ladies? Roya, Roya, how are you today? Okay. No, what is that? Yelt? No. think I tried that high, but I'll try it again. Yep. Levy, it's Levy. Did you get it too high? Did you get it too high? I don't know. I don't know why it gives me the spin after. It's all over, Kevin. You don't have to think anymore. You can take your thinking cap off for the night. There's no more thinking. Oh, look at that. January is completed. I just got a thingamajigger. No, we don't want it to snow. Thank you very much. I think if you in chat got that word also. Yes, high 61. Tender. Where's trend, didn't I? Enter. Tree. Okay, deter. Deter. And teen. I think we have teen. Didn't I do teen? Thought I did. Didn't. Oh, where is teen? Okay, and then turn. I mean, this one's got to be R-E. R-E. Rend. Right. One more would be den. It's got to be between a D and an N. D, E, or N. Knee. No. Ned. Oh, end. It's the song that never ends. Oh, special level. We haven't had that in a long time. P. Okay. Pretend. Pent. Uh-oh. It's got to have a P in it, guys. Got to have a P in it. Got to have a P in it. Preen, that's a good one. Dina, very good. One more over here. Ender. Oh, it's got to be 4 letters. It's got to be between P and R. It's going to be P. Okay. Rain? There's no I. No, it can't be that. P-E, what is that, R-N? Uh-uh. I don't know. We already have pent. It's got to be after pent. Oh my gosh. So don't forget that Sandy and I, everything goes according to plan. You know how I hate making plans, though. We're going to go live tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon. I don't know when. Tomorrow. And we're going to auction off a blanket that she made, crocheted, made with her hands, for the legal fund. So, and then there may be a craft night, depending on when all this stuff falls into place, okay? But that's what we're planning on doing tomorrow. And so I hope that you will attend and come on and have, you know, I mean, it's a bunch of BS, the whole thing. It's fueled by hate and jealousy and greed and everything else. That's what it is. Hatred beyond everything, vengeance. And we're taking care of things the best way we can. So we're going to be doing that. But I'd like to get this word before we go. I don't know at all what this should be. You think pert? I tried pert. P-E-R-T. How? Oh my gosh, this is another one of those things. I've tried pert how many times? Why does that happen? Oh, that's annoying. That is crazy. I don't, that is crazy. Something in the way that it picks this stuff up, right? Look Look at that, if that is inactionable. Forgive. That's what those people need to learn to do with their vengeance. Because vengeance isn't theirs. Grove. Hi, easily distracted. How are you? How are you? Grief. Well, this one has a lot of words in it, doesn't it? Tried Virgo, but they doesn't have it. Grove. Who said that? I tried Fiverr, it's not there. Oh. Okay. Well, I'm in top chat. That's not good. Let's go to live chat. Fog, yeah. Right. Bigger, yeah, that's a good one. Who got that? Dina. Dina's in here playing to win. Okay, Dina's got it. Rife. Yes, rife. It's filled with rife. Then fiber, no. We only have 4-letter or 3-letter words left, guys. Only 4 or 3-letter words. That's it. That's it. That's all. That's all. That's it. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Oh, I thought that was going to be the one there. Fig is not Figaro. Ego. Okay. O, 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 O. Rig. Row. Oh. I did row. Okay. R. Rev. Okay, now 4-letter words. F, R, frog. G. G. Okay. So it's got to be an O or a G. Gory. I thought I did ogre. Very good. I thought I did ogre. Ow, ow, my neck. Or skink. No. see I got. Oh boy. I might just have to stop here and do it tomorrow. All right, I think we're going to stop here. Thank you guys. Thank you for the super chats. We didn't make our goal, but 2 out of 5 ain't, well, there's the 3 if you count the other one. 3 out of 5 ain't bad. Hello, it's Bink. Nice of you to roll in. Hi, it's Bink. No, I don't know. I'm just kind of I don't know why 61. I don't think I'm tired probably. I just got a lot on my stuff. A lot of stuff. But Binky just rolled in. Too bad, Binky. Nib and Sib. Shoot. Nib and Sib. Okay, well. Oh, from your friends? That was nice. I have to hope to try to get some packing done tomorrow, but I doubt it's going to happen. I don't know. I'll try to get it, stuff done. We're going to have an ice storm. I hope we don't lose electricity. I am just crazy. You took Bob for a walk and now bedtime? Good for you. Good for you. Snip? Did you say snip? No, sweet dreams, everybody. Yep. You too, Dina. Have a good night, okay? All right, everybody. I'm going to end this. Bink, I don't know if you heard me. Tomorrow, Zandy's supposed to come on with me live. I don't know what time. And she wants to auction the blanket for the legal fund that she made. So we're going to try to do that. I just hope by electricity and everything else, stays up to par. So anyway, got a bunch of things to do for tomorrow. So we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. All right. Good night, everybody. Good night. Love you. God bless. Thank you for the super chats.